customs duty which is passed on to the common people, cesses, taxes on petrol and diesel, that accounts today for 74%. Corporates are only contributing 26%. 9 years ago, corporates were contributing 34%. It is because this government has conferred a huge bounty on bonanza on corporates. Is that fair or not fair is for the House to decide. And after conferring this bounty, I hear the Honorable Finance Minister go to the FICCI, go to CII, go to Chambers of Commerce and say, please invest. Why are you not investing? In fact, in one meeting, I saw her say quite legitimately, sort of mildly scolding them for not investing. If God is in his heaven, the BJP is in power, and everything is hunky-dory, and the climate is extremely propitiate for investment, why, despite conferring a huge bonanza on the corporate sector, why are they not investing? That's my question. Why are they not investing? Private investment is low, sluggish. Why are they not investing? If all is well, according to the government, why is the private sector not investing? Despite conferring an 8% bounty on the corporate sector. You know what this 8% means, sir? 8% of 27 crore will be almost 1% is 10% is 2.7 lakh crore. 8% will be about 2.5 lakh crore. 2.5 lakh crore is the bonanza conferred on the corporate sector, yet they are not investing. My question is, why? And I want an answer so that we can be enlightened why the private sector is not investing. My fourth point is, in 1990-91, GDP at constant prices was about 25 lakh crore. That is when, after that, liberalization started. In 12 years, this GDP doubled to 50 lakh crore. In 10 years, it doubled again to 98, 99 lakh crore. So the first time the GDP doubled was, it took 12 to 13 years. Second time, 10 years, it doubled. Now, technically, therefore, one would expect, and this is a fair expectation, a government that has been in power for nearly 9 years should double the GDP in 10 years. If we are able to double the GDP in difficult times, 91 to 2003-04, that period is attributable to Mr. Narasimha Rao's stewardship and Mr. Vajpayee's stewardship. And then we were able to double it again in 10 years under Dr. Manmohan Singh's leadership. This government should double it again in 10 years. If 100 lakh crore should have become 200 lakh crore or should become 200 lakh crore in 23-24 when this government completes 10 years of government. Will it complete 200 lakh crore? I know the answer for myself, but I want the Honorable Finance Minister and the government to answer that for the benefit of the members. Will you be able to double the GDP which you inherited by the time you demit office in 10 years. If you are able to double the GDP, I salute you. I don't want to make any prediction. I don't want to be a doomsday prophet. I wish them well, but please answer my fourth question. Will you be able to double the GDP that you inherited by the time you demit office in 10 years?
Very good.
My fifth point is, this is something which the Honorable Finance Minister has spoken, so it's nothing new. Of the 4 engines of growth, government expenditure is robust, and much of the 3,25,786 crore will go into government expenditure, which is good. I only wish that the expenditure is efficient and the outcome is as good as the expenditure. But that is a different matter. But what about the other 3 engines of growth? We know that private investment is sluggish. Just see 2 graphs in the Indian Express today. Private investment is sluggish. They are certainly not summoning their animal spirits. I don't know why it's called animal spirits. They should be human spirits. But somehow we have got used to calling it animal spirits of investors. Whatever spirits, as long as it's not alcoholic spirits. Why are they not summoning their spirits to invest? We know it's down. Private consumption is down. You can't deny that. High-end items are being sold. Mercedes-Benz cars and BMW cars. That is being sold. But what about consumption by the poor and the middle class? If consumption is good, why should 1/3 of our children be stunted? Why should over half of our women be anemic? These are all accepted statistics in government publications. Government's National Family Welfare Survey says these numbers. So consumption is low, except the high-end items of the very, very rich. Consumption is low. And the fourth engine, exports are low. The trade deficit is increasing. Our trade deficit with China alone is $73 billion. $73 billion with one country. Our trade deficit, the numbers are there in today's Indian Express. The graph of exports and imports and the gap known as trade deficit is higher. So if 3 of your 4 engines are not growing, why? There must be an explanation, there must be an answer. And has the government taken into account?
To give us more inputs here, I'm joined by my colleague Madhav on the phone line. So, Madhav, we heard P. Chidambaram raising some important questions about the GDP rise of the country, and he's questioning the current government about it. So, please take us through.
Well, a number of points that are being made there by the former finance minister. He is questioning, of course, the various numbers that have been put out today in terms of the economy indicating that all is not well. One of the questions that he has also posed is in relation to investments, asking why those investments are not coming in. So a number of such questions coming in from Mr. P. Chidambaram to the government. This is during the course of the appropriation bill discussion that took place in the Rajya Sabha. Remains to be seen what the responses coming in from the government to these pointed questions of the former finance minister are. Remember that on the issue of the handling of the economy, this has been an extremely sensitive issue. The government and opposition have time and again traded barbs on whether it is inflation, whether it is jobs, and of course investments as well, all of which of course has raised serious questions and all have their own implications as far as the managing of the Indian economy is concerned. So remains to be seen what the response coming in from the government to these important issues raised by the former finance minister.